make sure that you're practicing, make sure that you feel like you're not going to hurt yourself, but also do as little as possible so you don't wear yourself out. Come on, come on.
Go. 3 weeks ago, I competed in Portugal. They took me at 7. I saw it different, and I think in open bodybuilding, there's a lot of muscles is important too.
Yeah.
Hey Tim, your English is so bad, but when I speak with the guys here, they always understand me. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zum neuen Video hier aus dem MI40. Ich hoffe, die Musik stört nicht und ich hoffe, ich kriege keine GEMA-Probleme oder sowas. Auf jeden Fall, wir sind hier Schulter-Chest-Workout mit Trizeps und nichts Geringerem als Joe Bennett, aka the Hypertrophy Coach here from Tampa. He trained me today. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a pleasure to train with you always.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We trained together like 3 or 4 times, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But the first time in the MI40,
yeah.
I told Joe, I'm not sure if I can do the video shoot today because I'm 1 week out and I have to do a good workout, a hard workout, so I stay my focus. And he said, that's what I want to do with you.
Yeah.
So we just start here with a couple warm-up sets, side lateral. Do you prefer this exercise for side lateral?
It's one of my favorite. It's hard to beat. So I mean, I like something that has load from the bottom to the top. So if somebody has a great machine lateral, like that's one of my top preferences. The reason I like the cables maybe a little bit more is they have a little bit more versatility. So you can feel like this plane we're in is like it's all side delt. It tends to be a little bit more of a shoulder comfortable position. And then honestly, I like being on a bench. When you see people doing like dumbbell lateral raises, like the most normal people do dumbbell lateral raises like this. It's like a total body exercise.
Yeah.
So the bench is just keeping you from cheating.
But I think for the beginners, it's not wrong when you cheat a little bit, when you do dumbbells exercise.
I think you have to earn the right to cheat. Because some people just cheat because they cheat from start to finish.
Yeah.
So they just want to move more weight.
Yeah.
But like if you know, I'm just trying to make this harder. Like that's the whole thing with dumbbell laterals. Is you can do a lot of weight here and you can't do as much here. So if you just do like a little bit just to get it to the top, you know, it's controlled, it's strategic, then I think cheating has a place.
Right.
But like most beginners, it's like if you just have bad habits right from the beginning, then it's not a tool, it's just a bad habit.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But a good cheating is also a technical, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as I said, like it's a tool.
Yeah,
so
it's a tool,
if you
right.
do it controlled.
Right.
I mean, it's the same thing. If you know how to do a curl and you get stuck right here, and you lean back just a tiny bit to get it going, that's controlled. Where if you're doing like this the whole time, at no point in time is it a bicep exercise.
How many reps do you do for warm-up?
Honestly, like I'm always more about quality than quantity.
Yeah.
So that's even half where I would rather have somebody do 5 where they're thinking as opposed to 20 where they're just going. So it's like I think too many people waste warm-up sets where I'd rather have you, like that's, people are always like, should I lift heavy as I can or should I lift with as good a form as I can? And I was
it's
like,
up to you.
But I'm always like, use your warm-up sets for as good a form as you can.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, so practice really having everything nice and controlled, really think about what you're doing. You know, because then when you get into your working sets, you know, if you lose a little bit of form just because it's hard, you're trying to obviously lift as heavy as you can, it is what it is. But if you practice more warm-up sets intentionally, I think you'll get more out of your working sets. Drive wide, hard squeeze. Good. Keep those elbows nice and straight. Reach at the bottom. There we go. Think like wide arc. And reaching that way and wide. There we go.
I do the first warm-up set with more reps.
Yeah.
Then the second with less reps. So I do the weight higher and the reps slower.
Yeah.
So that I can improve the exercise and not to get too much fatigue.
For sure, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that's honestly, it's one of those things I always like. I try and teach athletes, like this is the concept, this is the principle, and then you kind of do whatever, make it your own. You know what I mean? So it's like, make sure that you're practicing, make sure that you feel like you're not going to hurt yourself, but also do as little as possible so you don't wear yourself out. Yeah. And that's always like athletes that know that, like if I have somebody brand new, I probably just make them do more. Like we got to learn how to do things, got to make sure you're kind of figuring out your body. But if an athlete knows their body, it's like you kind of make that your own. And like you said, like I've had some guys that like can just seem to get away with less warm-ups, and I'm like, hey, if you feel good, do your thing. And then I've had some guys before we're doing squats or something, it's like 8 warm-ups.
I think so much guys do warm-up sets just 1 or 2 reps. Then another way, as a higher weight, 1-2 reps. Higher weight, 1-2 reps. And I think it's better for your muscle, for your blood flow, when you do more repetitions, less repetition, that you have more blood flow in your muscles. and not just so strictly 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Okay, the next 1 or 2.
Control. Right there. Drive wide. Good. Keep it smooth. Keep it smooth. Control. Come on. Hard reps. Yep. Good. Let's go again now. Come on. Drive wide. Come on. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Let's go one more. Come on. Come on. Go, 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 go. Hard squeeze. Hard squeeze. Hard squeeze. Nice set.
Help.
Yep. Go, 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 go. Finish.
Yes. Help.
Yep. Come on, come on, come on. Yep.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it, man. Didn't know how many you want to go on there.
Thank you. Good set.
Should have asked before the set how far past failure you wanted to go.
Yeah. Yeah, when you have a good training partner and you are approved, that's very good.
Yeah, yeah.
But the most guys give up too early because the science base said it's all in and it's too much fatigue.
Yeah.
But I think the science-based end who bodybuilding starts.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I always tell everybody all of those variables.
Where bodybuilding starts.
Yeah. When I always joke too, like all those things are a dial. Like that's like, in my opinion, the important stuff is learn how to do things properly, learn how to take sets far, and then everybody just has to kind of turn that dial. Because it's the same with volume. Like I've known plenty of giant guys. If I'm looking at like the total amount of working sets someone's doing, I know some guys that might do 8 working sets for a body part. I know some guys that might do 30. And it's like, honestly, I think there's very real physiological reasons why some people might respond differently. And it's the same with proximity to failure. Like how far do you take it? I think everyone needs to learn how to train to failure and learns how to be capable of taking things past failure.
Yeah.
But then from there, it's individual.
But you have to learn where is your failure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that
what
makes
do you
sense.
think when you see guys like Samson Dauder, when you, in example, when you do push for chest,
Yeah,
and he push so fast,
yeah.
and is his chest growing up just because the genetics, or is that also a good training technical when you do it so fast, like a pump sets?
Yeah, I honestly have to watch some of his training because I'm not like 100% positive. I mean, so one, there's always a genetic component because you look at guys like no shade, but look at like how Phil Heath trained.
Yeah.
I mean, he trained by himself almost all the time. He never really took anything to failure or past failure.
Yeah.
And obviously that worked. Pace is one of those things I don't ever like program too much. Like you have to go at this pace or this control. But I think again, it's like one of those things that you earn. There's a lot of guys that like they know their bodies well and they can just train at a little bit of a quicker pace, still actually using their muscles. But I think there's some guys that just kind of swing stuff like start to finish.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I saw this video because a guy in Germany is much smaller, and he said when he trained like Samson Dauder,
Yeah.
nothing would be growing
Yeah.
for him. And I think you can't say that so easy because you don't know how he can squeeze the exercise and how the muscle-mind connection is going on.
Yeah, and honestly, even like based on what you're showing me, I mean, it sounds like if you're staying right, like in a press, like this is where a press is hard. I mean, so if he's staying right here in the hard part of the press and he's well connected, it's one of those things.
You're the training's technical like a drop sets. You like that?
We can. I like him for delts. It's like one of those things like I think for everybody. So again, depending on when I'm training someone,
depending
it's like a tool.
which muscle group and which machine, right?
A little bit on, yes, a little bit muscle group, a little bit machine, and then also depends on the individual. So it's like if I have somebody that grows just from straight sets, like 'cause it can be different even body part to body part. But I have found like certain, like again, like I understand what the evidence base will say about drop sets and it being same thing, too much fatigue. But it's like certain body parts I found I think just grow a little bit better like that.
I like muscle groups or exercises to do it very straight, but in example like row on a machine, I like a drop set.
Yeah.
So I can row very with a high weight.
Yep.
And when I losing my strength, then I can drop.
Yeah.
And can reduce my speed.
Yeah.
And can optimize my technical.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of reasons that drop sets can have value, I think.
Also für die German-Fans, die das machen, ich mache das manchmal in der Schrägbank, so ganz leicht schräg. Macht es auf jeden Fall flach, ist viel geiler. Und was mir unheimlich viel gebracht hat, waren in der Front-Position die Arme wirklich durchzustrecken. Und nicht zu tief zu halten, sondern ein bisschen höher und wirklich die Arme durchzustrecken. I like to do more repetitions.
Sure.
Shoulder needs much more volume, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Shoulders and arms too. I don't know why. When some people ask me about high intensity or volume, I always said it's not like a church. If I'm Christ or I'm Catholic, you know, you can do both.
Yeah.
It depends which muscle groups you want to train.
Yeah.
And when I train shoulders, I need much more volume, like when I train quadriceps, triceps, or back workout.
Yeah.
The German guys always comment in YouTube, "Hey Tim, your English is so bad." But when I speak with the guys here, they always understand me.
Oh, most guys, because his English is 1,000 times better than my German,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to say anything. But so many people accommodate to English speaking. I'm grateful for it. So if I understand anything, that's a win.
Some people ask me if it's better to train your real delts on back workout or real delts on shoulder workout. I don't know why, but I always prefer my real delts to train on shoulder workout.
Yeah.
Dorian Yates recommended me to train it on back day because your real delts are
already getting some work. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, honestly, it's one of those things I always lump in preference.
I think it's preference. It's up to you. Like,
I mean, for a lot of people, I think the reason it works well to do it on a separate day sometimes is then you're just getting more frequency. Because all of your back stuff, like every single row, you're getting rear delts no matter what. So some of it's like, okay, then if I train them on delt day, I got some rear delts from that day, and then I get some frequency from this day.
I think I train it on my shoulder day because I have more strength.
Yeah. Yeah, that too.
When I do my real
yeah.
delts on my back day, and I prefer to do at first my row exercise and I do real delts after that, I'm dead.
That's why I think it's such like an individual thing too. It's like the same with like anything. Like if somebody has genetically great like biceps, and they could probably their whole career train their back and then biceps afterwards, and their arms are big enough. So they'll say, oh, they only need to be done once just after back. It's like, well, maybe for you, but if your arms don't grow well, then they're going to probably be better to prioritize and train them first. Sometime.
But I think it's not. It's up to you what you do. It's not what you stop your improvements. You know, if you train it like another question is like train back and tries or back and buys.
Yeah.
I prefer back and buys.
Yeah.
But I do a regular arm workout too.
Yeah.
Some guys train back and tries.
Yeah.
Shoulder buys.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, even that's why like everybody gets so caught up with like I understand like having like good ideas of like here's some good principles and like a good place to start, but at the end of the day, it's like you just have to see what is or isn't producing results.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, the people are like, again, if somebody like for Dorian, like if his rear delts like seemed like they were big enough, obviously for him, like why would you change the way you're doing it? At the same time, people get to be idiots if like somebody else is like, oh, Dorian did it that way, so I'm going to do it that way, and your rear delts always suck. It's like, well, you might want to train your rear delts first sometime, you know, not after back every time. So it's like all of those things all make sense, but then when you apply them to somebody, you still have to ultimately see like, is it working or is it not working? And make adjustments.
I do some things and I try some things, and when it's not working for me, then I stop that. Yeah.
Well, I said that's the thing that I think science-based is missing. So like when I wanted to learn things so I could produce better results.
Yeah.
Like all of it was about results. I didn't look at it as like, oh, here's like hardcore bodybuilding. Here's like trying to learn how stuff works.
Yeah.
It was like all of it was like I can look at what everybody's doing to try and figure out what works best. So like at its core was always like results. It's so weird now because it's like I joke like 15 years ago, like when Ben and I would put stuff out sometimes, like trying to tell guys like, hey, everybody doesn't have to do straight barbell curls. Like if that hurts your elbows, do this, and like that's okay. And, like that's like for me, and then that's like that would go against like really hardcore bodybuilding guys, where it's like no, you can use your brain, it's okay. But then at the same time, it goes like so far one direction Where like now I put out a ton of content where it's like, no, you have to train really hard. Like you have to figure out also what works for you. Like these are some concepts. So it's like,
and when you want to be a bodybuilder, it's better when you have a mindset like I do better. Better is when I do one more than one less. Do you always grip so close?
So I figure out what arm path feels best. So don't grab the bar yet. Don't grab the bar yet, let go. And so yeah, just let go. Just see what feels best. So like I like it in here because then I feel like it's very comfortable. I got a lot of range of motion. So honestly, just without the bar, I feel like where does it feel the most comfortable to you? So
yeah, my trainer said when you grip here and your elbows goes more wide at the outside, it's not the best for your shoulder healthy, but it's better for your chest improvements.
For chest?
To bring the elbows in the middle. When you do the elbows more in the front.
Yeah. If it gets, too far to the front, like if you're literally tucked in like this close, you'll start to, so your clavicular fibers or your pec are literally right next to your front delt. So like one's here and one's here. So there's never a point in time where you're not at least, even if I'm tucked here, you're getting some clavicular fibers. But yeah, the wider you get, the more you'll start to get all the way across.
Yeah.
So that's why like I personally like here, because it's there, it's like kind of like, again, somewhere in between. That's fine if you're comfortable there.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
The range of motion is very important here, right?
Yeah. Like as far as like just standardizing it, yeah. Honestly, like if anytime you can go down here comfortable, like definitely go there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who else competing at Tampa? So I know Nick is. Who else?
Nick, then Joe.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the second name.
Oh.
Joe Podolsky.
Oh.
He's from Atlanta.
Okay.
He's, in my opinion, he's a little bit overhyped right now. They are compared with Nick.
Yeah.
Can he beat Nick?
Yeah.
And he doesn't do some pro shows.
Yeah.
He never win a pro show.
Huh.
And Nick is a top 5 Olympian. And he pushed them up very much.
Yeah.
James Hollingstead is competing.
Okay. Is it? Nice.
Me, Patrick Moore.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, some other good guys.
Yeah.
It's a good lineup.
Yeah.
But I think it could be good for me because I have not the all best physique, but I have a lot of muscles.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks ago I competed in Portugal. They took me at 7.
Yeah.
I saw it different.
Yeah.
Let me say, I saw it different because I was the heaviest guy and I was very good in shape. And in front of me was guys with a little bit more structure, more physique, better physique. But my physique is not bad, but could be better, right?
Yeah.
And I think in open bodybuilding, is a lot of muscles is important too.
Yeah.
And here in Tampa, it's much guys with a lot of muscles and not the best physique.
Yeah.
It could be battle of the freaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Top set.
All right, I got you. And when I spot you, I'm going to spot you right here.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Hup.
Easy work. Come on. Yep. Right here with you now. Come on. Right here with you now. Come on. Let's work.
Now.
Yep. Yep. I got you. Come on. Yep. That's it.
So that's an example. That's a good example here.
Yep.
I feel it good.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to do a back off set with less weights.
Yeah.
But I think we can do another set like this.
Sure.
It was very good.
Okay.
Technique was good.
Yeah, look great.
Reps was good.
Yep.
Für die, die es nicht verstanden haben, das war jetzt ein gutes Beispiel, weil ich oft sage, okay, ich mache jetzt einen Drop-Satz oder ich mache jetzt einen All-In-Satz oder nach einem Back-Off-Satz. Und manchmal kann man das vorher gar nicht sagen. Und das ist das, was man über die Jahre lernen muss, auf seinen Körper zu hören, das zu spüren und auch quasi sein Training selber zu evaluieren, also auszuwerten.
And then from there, just to fly. So really nice deep stretch, and then hard squeeze across, bicep into the side of the pec.
You turn your hands?
Wherever they're comfortable. Like I don't even think about my hands. I just think about my upper arm. And like I like it when you're at the bottom, like a little bit more bend in the elbow, so you don't feel like as much of a bicep stretch. And then they kind of straighten a little bit as they come to the top. Because if I have them bent too much, then you're gonna stop there.
Yeah.
But if I straighten them a little bit, you can get it way shorter.
Understand, gotcha. So, das ist wirklich cool. Ich habe ihm vor dem Training so gesagt, wie ich trainiere und dass ich jetzt ein bisschen mehr Wert drauf lege aktuell, dass ich auch Incline Press mache, also Negatives, weil ich das Gefühl habe, dass ich eine Zeit lang zu viel obere Brust gemacht habe. Und die untere Brust schiebt quasi die Brust nach oben, die gibt der Brust Volumen. Deswegen mache ich jetzt auch wieder negatives Bankdrücken. Und er hat dann direkt von sich aus jetzt die Übung mir so gezeigt, dass ich die Hüfte mehr vorschieben soll, um mehr in die negative Brust zu kommen.
And really big arch. So feel like you're trying to get this point as high as you can. There you go. Yep. Good. Forget about the hands. You don't have hands. Just this to this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Yeah.
Ich sag's euch, das ist echt hart, wenn man einen hat, der genau auf die Technik guckt und sobald man nur so einen Zentimeter von der Technik verliert, einen direkt korrigiert. Boah, das Gewicht ist so viel schwerer. Also eigentlich will ich damit sagen, je zielgenauer man trainiert, je technischer man trainiert, desto leichter kann man irgendwo auch trainieren oder muss man trainieren. Und das ist, was ich aber oft sage, oder lerne ich heute noch dazu, jeder lernt da noch dazu. Eigentlich ist es so, dass die letzte Wiederholung aussehen muss wie die erste. Es kann sein, dass die Ermüdung hier kommt oder hier und er muss mir vielleicht helfen, aber niemals nur um die Bewegung fertig auszuführen, die Haltung oder die Technik verlieren.
I mean, that's the biggest thing that'll always help your physique. The more you control your waist, the bigger everything else looks. Obviously, just structurally, you've got kind of bigger hips. You know, you're not one of those guys with like the teeny tiny hips. So waist control is king. And the only other thing is like, honestly, like some of your structure, your upper body is so big. I mean, I'm not even saying like your lower body and your quads are great, but I think your quads continue to grow as well too, provide more balance than anything else. And half of it's because your back's so big. So if you ever look at, like, in my opinion, body parts that have to match the most is always back and legs.
And some guys from Germany, some trainers, told me you have no quad sweep, but it's your genetics. You never can do that.
Yeah.
And so then I concentrated me so much on my quads.
Yeah.
To only do quads.
Yeah.
And to forgot to train my
adductors.
My adductors as well.
Yeah.
I do adductors at the beginning, just the adductor machine.
Yeah.
But not much.
Yeah.
And right now, I do also my leg press movements with the nozzle standing. Wider, and the feet's more have more angle outside.
Yeah.
Like Nick Walker.
Yeah.
He trained also
wider
stand.
Yeah.
What do you think about normal chest flat press with a bar?
I mean, can be great. Like, it's the only issue, in my opinion, with like a bar is it's just more fixed stuff. So it's like means like it's generally can be good for pecs, but you're just in a very fixed plane and a fixed range of motion. So it's like it's one of those exercises that it just seems to fit some people really well and some people not. So same as anything else. Like if all we care about is like for pecs, it's just what is your upper arm doing, you know? And so if your upper arm doing this with a barbell works and it feels great, fine, have at it. But sometimes someone might just need to be tucked a little bit or let their arm go on a little bit of a different path. And so if you can do flat and a converging machine feels better or dumbbells feel better, like from a pec standpoint, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So normally it's like anything that has you just overly fixed, lots of times it's like deep shoulder stuff that might be like the biggest limit
most
factor.
guys,
So it's like, it's 100% one of those exercises. Like some people, because again, some people will then always say like, oh, flat barbell doesn't have a place in bodybuilding and stuff like that. I was like, some people it fits great, you know, so have at it. You know, so it's literally, it's like a lot of stuff, just very individual, you know?
And what do you think when the younger guy go, or the guys in overall go to the gym and like to do a chest workout, with which exercise do you prefer to start? More fly exercise or more bench press, incline press?
And honestly, it's the same answer, but I'll clarify. It's individual dependent. So like, what's the difference between a fly and a press? I mean, the biggest thing with flies is you get more freedom, range of motion with like internal, external rotation. And all that means, like, the biggest opportunity with that is sometimes more shoulder comfort, and it's one of the few things where you can take some front delt out of it. Because like every single press is a ton of front delt. Like there's no way to get it out of it.
Yeah.
So if someone's very front delt dominant, I'll very often have them prioritize flies. And I might just have them do flies always. Because the idea is like, they'll even tell me like, oh, the only time I feel my chest is when I'm doing flies. And I've had guys that can press, 4 plates or whatever on incline.
Yeah.
But they'll tell me I feel it mostly in my front delts.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you're a bodybuilder, why would you keep doing that? I know you're strong at it, whatever. So it's one of those things where if they say, well, the only thing I feel is these flies, or the thing I feel the most, and I was like, then that's always going to be a priority for you. If somebody, then I can make other arguments for like pressing, like long term, it's going to sound kind of funky, but I think can overall be a little bit better for shoulder health, just because you're actually having that line of force closer to the shoulder joint. And so long term, like all other shoulder issues aside, that can be a little bit better as well too. So I say that because if somebody connects well with pressing and their chest develops well, then I'll very often have them just do pressing, and keep that more the priority in their workout as well too.
It depends.
Yeah, so it depends is the answer.
It depends is the answer. Also, ich habe ihn gefragt, mit was er starten würde und was wichtiger ist, ob er fliegende oder flaches Bankdrücken oder Schrägbankdrücken. Und er hat gesagt, also es kommt halt ganz drauf an, wie du dein Muskelgefühl bekommst oder wie deine Frontschulter, deine vordere Schulter ausgeprägt ist. Es kommt ganz drauf an, wie du das spürst und umsetzen kannst. Es gibt Leute, die sind sau stark, aber haben halt dann, das meiste kommt dann halt in der vorderen Schulter an. Und deswegen ist halt die Antwort, es kommt drauf an. Aber ich würde sagen, es braucht halt alles, um eine dicke Brust aufzubauen. Es braucht eine gute fliegende Übung, es braucht eine gute Incline, also Schrägbankübung. Es braucht auch eine gute Flachbankübung. Also es gibt nicht die eine Übung, die jetzt alles verändert. Nur in welcher Reihenfolge ihr das irgendwie einbaut, das liegt an euch, wie ihr Bock habt, wie ihr es spürt und so. Ne?
It's like if you look at where your hands are coming, it's fairly high. So if you honestly like most flat press, I honestly think you'll do better if you think about it as like a low decline. So think about how you would do for a very low decline. You want the bar path coming a little bit more with here, or the hand path in this case. So if you slide your head up this way and get your hands lined up just a little bit lower, so it'd literally probably like 3 inches right at the bottom of the chest. And again, same thing, a little bit of a bigger arch here, and then feel like you're finishing kind of similar almost to Played we went with like the fly.
Okay.
You might feel it better.
I'd try
a shot.
I would try it. It was unfamiliar because the last couple months I tried to do it more up.
High, yeah.
More high.
Yep.
Because my trainer was recommended me.
Yeah.
He said earlier the older bodybuilders, the old school bodybuilders, do it more up and more with the elbow wide.
Yeah, high elbow, yeah.
Yeah, high elbow.
They both work. I mean, so from a mechanics standpoint, they both work.
But he said it's when you do it high and your elbow's more up, it's not the best for your shoulder health.
Yeah, that's the other thing you have to listen to. And then it's slightly different. I mean, you think about it though from like, and the reason I was having you try that is like, obviously, like you think about a decline, you can't like, so decline is a slightly different motion. So that's the reason I had it just tucked a little bit. And if you're thinking more like a decline, it has to be a little bit more that position. So they can both, like that's the only thing I say with, I have a lot of people that like the more kind of high elbow. And I'm like, hey, as long as your shoulders feel good, have at it. But for some motions, obviously, it's going to be a slightly different position. So, yeah.
For me, the best finisher for chest and shoulder exercise because they have so much stretch and shoulder and chest, and also you train your triceps, right? Also für mich ist Dips die beste Übung für einen Abschluss nach einem Brust- oder Schultertraining. Man trainiert Trizeps, man stretcht die Brust, man drückt nochmal in die untere Brust rein und Schultern genauso, die sind auch involviert, die müssen halten, also so eine sogenannte Mehrgelenksübung, wo man halt wirklich Körperspannung braucht. Kann ich nur empfehlen. Könnt ihr auch gerne in der Dip-Maschine machen, aber immer versuchen, auf Freie zu machen. nicht nur Dip-Maschine. Aber richtig geile Oldschool-Übung. Oder zum Beispiel mit meiner Tri-Motion. Da könnt ihr stehende Dips machen mit Gewicht. Dafür habe ich sie gebaut. What do you think about my movement?
Definitely a lot of pec, definitely a lot of lat. I mean, if they feel good, man, I mean, I think it's a good place to finish with them.
Earlier, I moved the dumbbell up.
Yep.
And do my elbows more wide, more outside.
Yep.
And push more out my hands.
Yeah.
And it feels more shoulder and lat.
Yeah.
And now I try to squeeze the elbows a little bit down.
Yeah.
And to try to move out of my elbows.
Yeah.
And so I have more pecs.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like I mean, I've messed around with a ton of different pullover ways. Like, I always feel like the ideal plane would be like from here, like kind of wide to a little bit close. Like if you literally look at the way like all your pec fibers run, if you could pull from here in here, that would, in theory, and lots of times feels good. The problem is, like, I've done it with 2 dumbbells, I've done it with cables. It just doesn't feel as stable as it does like with the dumbbell. You know what I mean? So I like it's almost like a trade-off. Whereas like that, again, half of it is like, even though your upper arm, it's kind of weird because you have the dumbbell in here, your upper arm is out nice and wide, but you're kind of pulling in like a little bit of a weird plane, if that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, so all that to say, if it feels good, I mean, you still have your upper arm in a place where it's a ton of pec stretch. All of that's pec from the bottom. I can see you're still getting a good bit of lat out of it as well too, which is also fine. Like that's how I always said.
Do you think that's a good exercise to end your workout?
I mean, it's one of those.
It's not a real growing exercise, right?
I mean, it's like, so, I mean, the whole point of any exercise is to grow, right? So I would never categorize something as growing or not growing. I mean, I always look at like range of motion. What are you doing? So like, this is a very, like, no one stretches their pec like this with like any other exercise, right? So like, it provides something unique that you don't really quite get with like a fly or whatever it is. So this will hit some unique length with pec, especially like some of these fibers down here. But it's like, the whole point is like, the thing why I think people like finishing is there's something about finishing in the stretch position that maybe it just feels better. I wouldn't say that I couldn't say it definitively works better, but like the fact that it's like, it still is a unique exercise, you're still finishing the stretch, there's still a ton of tension and it feels good, then keep doing it. You know,
what I do sometimes is try to manage together what the people earlier did.
For sure.
What the people earlier did.
Yep.
And I think back in the 70s, back in the 80s, they had a full chest.
Better chest, yeah.
A better chest, very volume chest.
Yeah.
And I try to learn new stuff.
Yeah.
Science-based and all the things. And I try to bring it together.
Sure.
But sometimes I try how I figure it out.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah.
And I decide for myself how it feels.
Yeah.
And I think so. This exercise and the bench press, all guys back in the 70s and 80s do that.
Yeah.
It could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, then half of it, like the only thing I say about that. So one, I mean, I think the fact like guys doing like. Pullovers are a movement that I think there's value to, and for whatever reason people don't do them as much. I think one of the reasons is like guys used to say back in the day it grows your rib cage or expands your rib cage. I don't know that I could say there's any evidence. I think half of it made guys' chest bigger. So they're like, oh, if your pecs gets bigger, how do you know if it's your pecs or your ribs?
Right,
so anyway,
right.
I think it's a fine chest movement, and I think it makes sense to incorporate it. But half of it, I always say, like, then what's the other thing that we still do? The mistakes we make today are mistakes that, looking back, like, 50 years ago, say, what do these guys do? Well, you're actually not looking at everybody. Who are you looking at? You're looking at Arnold, Franco. You're looking at the same thing.
Yeah, right.
It's like saying, hey, look at what Ronnie did. And it's because he did that. That's like,
right.
He's the genetic elite. So some of the stuff that we look at from the 70s or the 60s was still by the genetic elite. So at the same time, I mean, all of it, like...
That's the same thing what I say. In Germany, we had a discussion now why the chest was be better in the 70s or 80s. And I think in this times, we have a lot of guys with good chests.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of more guys in overall what you can watching in Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
And back in the 70s, the 80s, you only saw the elite.
Yeah.
And I think per person in this times they have the same, like with a good chest, with a bad chest, like this one in this times. But with times you open up your Instagram and you can see a lot of guys.
And also it's like the people don't talk about, I mean, like the sport, like what we look at, like the aesthetic did change. Like obviously back then legs weren't as important and delts weren't as important. And so half of it too is, I always wondered too, is like, it was just more of a priority for guys to have huge chests. So imagine if guys didn't train their delts quite as hard now. And like again, relatively speaking, if your delts look smaller and your chest is big, it makes your chest look bigger.
Right.
You know, so I think some of it was just like a slightly different aesthetic look back then as well too, where again, people prioritized chest being bigger relative to other stuff compared to kind of some of the standards today as well too. But yeah.
So, letzte Übung, Trizeps am Kabel noch. Und schaut mal her, was wir hier haben. Budesheim Row. It's my own brand.
Nice.
Yeah, I let it here. The gift for the gym. So, I do a lot of triceps exercise, like overhead, like single arm triceps movement on the cable.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a pleasure to train with you.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah.
Always
Good
nice to see you. And when you could couple words to recommend the German community, my community, what do you want to recommend it there about training, about science-based, about old school, about everything?
Yeah. I mean, like,
feel free.
Yeah. Like one, I mean, honestly, like the good thing that I don't like about the science-based is like, it's good to be like passionate about training. So like, because you love doing something is a good reason to do it. You know, because at the end of the day, I joke, like most people just have less and less activity until they die. I mean, most people just sink into their couches and die.
Yeah.
So if you love training, like don't let somebody talk you out of something that you enjoy doing. So like if there's one thing I don't like about the science-based community is they feel like they're kind of like pushed, like you have to train this way or else. And I was like, nobody has to train anyway. All that being said, I don't think there's anything wrong with just being like analytical. So like meaning just look at things for like what they are and try, and like the desire to understand things is just the desire to get better. You know, so at the same time, it's like getting hyper fixated on old school, like we talked about. Like I did the same thing. So like I thought I had to flat barbell bench press because like that's just what you do when you're a man. And I hurt my shoulder like doing that a ton of times when I was young, when I was like early 20s. And it's like, if you just want to look good, like you don't also have to do things. I could think about why might this not be the good fit or whatever. So it's just about having balance. Like one, don't let something take away from your passion, enjoying and loving training. But then two, look at everything else and like, it's not bad to also want to understand things and realize like just because somebody huge did it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. If you want to try and figure things out better, like that's the good part of like science-based, is obviously it's nothing wrong with trying to figure out what works best with you. Again, just from understanding things deeper. So, and then ultimately like everything in the world tries to like polarize stuff, make it like old school versus science-based or something. And the reality, kind of like we talked about, a ton, is just balance. It's just balance. Understand both and understand the good things of both.
Look
and just hold on to that.
Look at what good guys, good athletes doing.
Yeah.
Try that. Look what's the new science-based community it's telling. Try that.
Yeah.
And try to figure it out what is the best for you, what it works for you. And in the end of the day, go on the workout and have fun.
Yeah.
Go your passion.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, good workout. Good luck in a week, man.
Thank you. Thank you for the camera guy. We gave him a short notice. And thank you that you're coming in to filming. Und wenn ihr das ganze Video unterstützen wollt oder meine Wettkampfsünge unterstützen wollt und natürlich kräftig sparen wollt, könnt ihr das bei esn.com, Rabattcode BEEF, supportet mich, spart euren Geldbeutel und bestenfalls lässt eure Muskeln wachsen. Also, beste Grüße aus Tampa, wir sind raus. Ciao, euer Tim.